All right, so here's number 4, and this is going to be the last video for this project. And what I'll be looking for is this kind of thing at the end of it. All right. So you will want to have this, pause the screen if you need to see what is included. You're going to want to have that done. All right. So the way we get there is it says we need to open this file and go to Drawing from Design. So we're going to change our workspace to actually create a drawing file. All right, and so what you'll do is go Drawing, create New, from scratch. We're going to change this to as me, inches, and we want the 11 by 8.5. So click OK. All right. So once you have this, it's going to have you place your base view. All right, and you can just kind of drop that somewhere. Normally I'd have you go through the stuff on the right, like very carefully, but we're not so concerned with that right now. The most important thing for this assignment is getting this title block correct. Okay, so we're going to actually edit this title block. I'm going to show you how to edit a couple things on it, and then you will have to figure out the rest, so that when you turn in later work, you can have your correct custom title block on those drawing files. So we're going to go to not edit view. We need to basically activate this, make it blue, right click, edit title block. Okay, so you're going to actually have to create a new one. And what I'd like you to call it is your last name, custom title block. All right. So now we'll start editing it. All right. So you should have seen on the other screen, like the things you'll need to include. You can go back and check that out. But we need to get rid of a lot of this stuff, okay? Because for a classroom, a lot of the stuff is just not necessary. All right. So you see, I'm just clicking on these. I'm clicking the delete key on my keyboard, get rid of them. All right. So that's how you'll do that. And then let's look at how you can delete geometry, because it's a little tricky with some of this. All right. So some of it, you just right click on it, or sorry, normal click on it, delete. All right. But like this, if you do that, it's going to delete the whole line, and you don't want that. So I'm going to Control Z, undo that. And I'm going to use this trim tool instead. Okay. And I can trim this. Whoops. Yep. I can trim that. I can trim that a little bit right there. This I cannot trim, I don't think, because it's the whole object. So what I'll do actually is toggle out of this. I'm going to trim that by clicking OK. And then I'll just delete that. Okay. So now for changing these a little bit and moving them around. All right. So for one thing, title 3, not needed. All right. So you just click on it, delete it. But I basically want us to get the size down here. All right. And you're going to delete this whole row after that. So we're going to get rid of the sheet. And with size, yeah, you can drag it over. And you might have to play with these a little bit to get them just right. So zooming in sometimes can help you get those incremental movements a little better. All right, you can see that it's a little bit off. It's not quite like, lined up. That's a little better, all right? But when you're all done, okay, we're not done yet, but when you are done, you're gonna click Finish Title Block, and this is what you're gonna do actually. You're gonna go to File, okay, and do Save As. Actually, first you need to save it, all right, and you'll give it a name. This is fine for the time being. I'm gonna call this version 3 because I've got lots of stuff going here. But then come back here, it's still not letting me do it. I want to save as. There we go, save as. All right, and you're going to call this a template. All right, and in fact, this is one thing that'll be okay to save, a drawing template, outside of any of your folders. All right, because you can use it with basically any drawing you ever create. All right, so I'm just going to put it in my project, and you're going to name it your last name, custom drawing template, and then click save. And so now in the future, anytime you want, you can see it's done it here. And I also changed it from drawing to drawing template before I click save. Now in the future, anytime I want to make a drawing file, I could just go to, the drawing workspace and then ask for that template. So I would pick that from here. All right, so I hope that helps. Yeah, you will need to do this on future assignments, so make sure you got it figured out. All right, thanks.